Live again on our DAZTV channel here on YouTube. I want to thank you for stopping in. If you do stop in, hello, and for watching this video. As you can see, I have a mouse. This is called the Daz mouse right here, and this little mouse is going to he's going to be I don't know if I have any poses for him. I don't see any poses here for the mouse. Mouse tail. That's an attachment. All right, hair. Mouse fur. I guess we have to add the fur. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens when we render a little bit of this guy. And I have a decaf coffee here. I'm not allowed to drink decaf coffee very often because, yeah, he has hair, so we don't have to add hair. And, okay, so that's good. He has hair, so that's good. Now, about his arms, I think we're going to bring his arms down a little. I think the rest of his pose is fine. We're going to bend his arm down. Okay, we've got to go into texture shaded mode so we can move this a little easier. And one arm, we're going to go bend up. Twist a little so you can see his fingers. We're going to bend this part in a little bit. Twist. That's not working the way I expected it to. That's not moving the way I expect. Okay, maybe. I'm going to twist this so to twist this one also. He's kind of difficult to maneuver. But okay, this tail. Gonna bend up a little bit. I'm not sure that I'm doing this very well, because I don't think a tail would kind of bend like that. Okay, so this bend. This bend. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, if this tail is going to work like this or not. Okay. Now, this bend a little bit. It's got to look kind of right. And now, side to side. Twist. Now, yeah, that looks like it could be a mouse tail. All right. Okay, we're going to take this arm here. Right. Collar. front back. Okay, yeah, I want to bring that in a little bit. That. And now, legs. Side to side. Can I bring that in? Yeah, just a little bit. This one. Side to side. Okay, let's twist this one. Twist these a little bit. Twist. There we go. There's our little mouse. Okay, save this as mouse in the moon. Mouse in the moon. Okay, because we're going to put him on top of a big haunted house. And we're just going to have the camera up close. And so we'll just have the top of the house here. And then there's going to be a big moon in front of him. And he's going to be silhouetted. I don't know if he's going to be in silhouette. Okay. Now, here we go. Hair. All right. So that's our mouse. Control alternate minus. And now we go to we're going to look for haunted. Now Halloween should be here, maybe. All products. Halloween house. Props. There's the Halloween house. That's what we want. Okay. Y translate. Bring this down, see what kind of roof we have. X translate. There. Y translate. That didn't work. Come on. Here. X translate. I kind of don't like that going through there. That's not working. Maybe we can find another part of the house. Can we take this top part off, which would be kind of nice? But then it doesn't really look like a house. I kind of wish it had like a platform up here. House. Okay, let's go back here. House. House. It's got the same kind of roof. Same kind of roof. House, house, house. Egyptian house, bathhouse. Old house. Let's see what this old house looks like. This Halloween house, I'm not sure. Let's put a sky in here. Render settings. What if I put the mouse sideways like this? The house like this. Halloween house, rotate Y. Like this. And Y translate. X translate. That works. Here's our little mouse. And there's our house. I like this now. Save this. Now I don't have to look for another house. Our camera here. What's the other side of the house looks like? He's got a little bit more broken. Oh, they're about the same. This one's got a broken awning, which is even better. Or gutter, rain gutter. Let's add some kind of roof to this now. Render settings. Okay. Let's go in here. Find a moon. I have a harvest moon kind of thing. Maybe that will work. This one. Large moon. Okay. Let's see a little more of this decaf coffee. All right. I may have to make my own plane and put this on it. All right. Apparently it's saying it's here, but I don't see it. Oh, we are in environment settings on. Let's see what it looks like in iRay. Okay, we lost our fur, but I think it will be back. Let's try this in texture shade. Let's go to filament mode so we can move our moon where we want it. Okay, and we're going to now rotate the dome. I have to wait until this image gets converted to, here we go. Now we can see our moon. Which way is X? That's not the way we want. Let's reset that. Y. That's 1 right there. And Z is this. Y. Okay, I've got to straighten this out here. This has got to be in the center here. Coming straight at me. There, like that. Then we'll, okay, I think I have to figure out how far away I'm going to have the mouse. I think I'm going to put some trees here maybe. Okay, now, all right, now, save this. Now let's create a camera, new camera. Copy active, perspective view, yes. And let's find some trees. Trees. And I don't see any trees. Files, camera, unselect the camera, and there's some trees. Trees, huh? Per tree. It's not a very big fir tree. Oh, it's over. It's buried in the house. Let's go X translate. No, it's not buried in the house. It's just a tiny little tree. Delete that. That's not going to work. Let's just try this. Eucalyptus tree. X translate. No, that's not what we want. X translate. Y translate. X. Y rotate. Okay, duplicate, edit, duplicate the tree. Now let's make this one go over here. Rotate. Let's save this. And let's see what this looks like in iRay. All right. We got something going on here. Now, let's I'd like this to be a little bit more blue. So we're gonna go here to render settings, find one of our orchestra, I don't know what it's called, something economy skies. That's what it is. Where are, here they are. And these gives me the ability to change the hue a little bit here. Yeah. About purple. All right, this, I think the blue was better. Greenish blue. Yellow, soften it. Okay. Red. I tend to think this is kind of cold, but it's, there we go. I think we'll go with that. All right, now I think the mouse is a little too big. So I'm gonna just make him a little bit tinier. Scale him down a little bit. Let's see, texture shaded. Let's scale down our mouse a little bit. Now let's see what this looks like. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Now I'm wondering about this. Take and go into here, filament mode. What if we, I can't resize the moon, but I can bring it down. Environment, options, let's see them. Edit, undo. Okay, that was X. Let's go Z. Yeah, I'm thinking about something like this. And now let's bring it over. He's not quite sent. It's not quite centered. The trees have got to come over. See. Let's bring the trees back here. X. Z. X. Make it a little more intimate. What if we take another tree, edit, duplicate. Okay, and we bring this one here and Y down here. Z, X. What did I just do here? Okay, I can't really see that tree, so it's kind of wasted. So we're gonna just delete that one. Now, how about some mountains here? I think these trees gotta go over a little more this way. Tree. little bit in. There we go. Save this. All right, now we need some mountains in here, some kind of land. Um, so let's go to ultra. No, it's not ultra. It's called Terra. Terradome. Smart content. Terradome. Props. B zone. Let's go to texture shaded. V zone. Okay, now let's go to shaping. I think, all right, I'm in my perspective mode. Where's my camera? Okay, that didn't change, so we're going to go to perspective mode. Now we're going to go to here. And I think I've got to rotate this. Y. Okay, now that's Z. Y. Translate. Now let's go back to our camera mode and see what happens here. Okay, I can see the land. Y translate. Land's got to go down here. And now we can go back to terrain. See what we got here now. Let's try this out. Okay, I think the terrain's got to come down some. And I'm going to need some kind of light here. Like a lantern or something. What if okay, now the mouse doesn't have hair yet, so he'll have hair, but he's our hairless mouse right now. Okay, that's better. Okay, I'm thinking a spotlight here. It doesn't have to be completely silhouetted here. Save this. Okay, now spotlight. I'm getting despondent here. Okay, let's go to texture shaded. Let's go to our spotlight. Spotlight. Zoom out a little bit. I think I want to come from this angle down. Oh, there's our mouse there, so we got to go this way and zoom back. Okay. Where's our other tree? Okay, this tree is going right through. I think these trees should be okay. I would like this to be off to the side just a little bit. Okay. Maybe like this, point down at that window. Okay, now back to the camera view. Now back to the perspective view now. And let's take and zoom in on something here. That's my light. Okay, I'm going to take it from the front. Now we're going to turn to the side here. The perfect left. And I want these two trees about the same place. And they're not. This tree here. Seen. This tree. Z is going to come back like about there. Okay, now let's go to our camera view. See what that just did. We're going to bring this over a little bit. Now let's take our, go to iRay. Give our spotlight some light now. All right, now our spotlight doesn't have any light, so let's go to parameters down here. Give it a 9. See what happens there. Okay. Oh, we got the tree coming through. Tree light here. Let's go with a little bit more. 5. And let's take the temperature down. Okay. I think I've got to do something about. All right. What I want to do. I don't mind that shadow there, but it's okay. Let's take my camera here and lock it for now. Edit, object, lock, camera. All right, now let's take our spotlight, texture shaded, view from the spotlight. Okay, we're gonna go this way, over. All right, just see what it's straight on camera. All right, now let's go back to our camera. Back to save this. Everybody's probably busy today. Nobody's coming in. That's all right. Such is life. This house that isn't giving me. Okay, we're going to look for a different house. Something about the texture here just doesn't look real enough. It doesn't look detailed enough. It's kind of, yeah, but then it's kind of no. So let's just hide the Halloween house for now. And let's see what we can find for house. Oh, how about chateaus? I think it's spelled T-E-A-U, chateau. Let's see if we can find a chateau house. Nope. All right, let's everything for the interior. Let's just try mansion, M-A mansion. Okay, Albert Mansion. I hope this isn't going to erase my scene. Probably is. No. Okay. Ground set. Nighttime fog. I never even thought about some fog, but fog might be nice. All right, so we're going to get rid of the ground set in the camera group. And then let's take this mansion here. We're going to go to texture shaded mode. And we're going to try to move it down and see if we can. All right, I have to go to perspective mode here. This is huge, a huge model. Why translate? Okay, now let's go back to our camera. Oh, we got a bird that we have why translate? That might be good. We have inherited a bird also. X translate. Let's get a little closer to this mouse. Control L, I can't see anything. Okay, Z would be in. No, edit undo. Don't want to move the mouse. Mansion, Z. We want him standing on this. Y translate. There it is. I think that's close enough. See what his feet are doing. Okay, let's take our mouse here. No, I didn't want to do that. And let's rock him a little bit. Rotate with X. No. Z. Translate him Y. Okay. He's standing on there now. Okay, let's give him a little bit firmer of a mansion. Z. All right. Now we've got a problem with this foot. Right toes, right foot is the right foot. Twist. All right. Let's go back to our camera view now. Save this. Now let's see what we have here. Iray. This is much more interesting. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah. Definitely our okay, our spotlight isn't quite working anymore. Let's go to our spotlight. I think I've got to make it wider. Okay, the Halloween house can go. We're going to definitely be using this one instead. Somehow that just got really blue. It wasn't that blue before, but now it's like really blue. And all right, we'll mess with that. The color. Let's go to our spotlight. And let's see, surfaces, that would be not surfaces. Okay, spotlight. We're going to go with, let's go to filament mode and see what this looks like in filament mode. That is very helpful, filament mode. Very helpful. Okay, spread angle. There, okay, and let's look at it through the spotlight and bring this up like this. Turn it a little bit. Come back a little bit. All right, now let's go to our camera mode. Let's see what that did for things. Oh, I like how we got the chimney here too. This is nice. Very nice. All right, something's not balanced here. I think it's the house. But I'm not sure. Okay, now my spotlight. I think I want to go even. I just maybe lower the. great. I had my mic turned off for all that. Oh, well. I think I had it turned off. Yep. So, all right. Well, I'm constantly doing that. All right. So, cancel. Yes. All right. I'm going to select this B zone. And I'm going to go to Geometry Editor, Tool Settings, Geometry Editor. I'm going to save this for now. And I'm going to go to this marquee mode. Let's go to Texture Shaded. I want to cut some of this mountain out here. B zone. And right click. Lasso. Looks like I got some of it. I think, oh, it's still there. Okay, right click. Geometry editing, delete. Yes. See what that does to our mountain here. Okay, now we go over here. Right, we can delete this too. I don't need any of this. All right, now we go here to back to our camera view. That piece should be gone, and that allows me now to bring this up. Part of the mountain up. Not that far though. Yes. All right, now let's go back to our camera view and see what that looks like. Oh, we have like, okay, I think I'm going to need to use Mesh Grabber. Back to perspective mode. Let's go to Mesh Grabber. Gain fall off radius. Okay, I think I might be able to, no. Let's see. No, there's no way to make this gain larger. That's the largest it will let it be. At least this is working to some degree. So far away, nobody's going to see this, but okay. Let's see if that works from the camera view. Okay, now at least I don't see the mountain there. Can I raise that up now? Oh, I know why my sky color changed, because of the nighttime fog. How much higher? That's all right. Let's go to shaping. Rugged peaks. All right. Let's go back to mesh grabber. Okay, I think that works. Now we're going to take this over here. Great. Now we have another problem. Well, we'll just delete those. All right, so now we'll go back to geometry editor. Well, let's try it. Geometry editing, delete selected polygons. Yeah, that did it. Not sure how well. Let's see. Don't dare save this, but I'm going to have to, I guess. Going to have to. Let's see where our nighttime fog is. Now it takes longer to save because I've messed with the mountain range. I think it's just like the first time I save it, it takes a while. That wasn't too bad. All right, now what's up with our nighttime fog? Where is this? Let's go to perspective. Where is our nighttime fog? Okay, I see. It's this whole cube is a nighttime fog. I guess that works. All right. All right, that is our mountain range. So this whole mountain range right here can go. So I'm in geometry editor. We're just going to delete this whole thing. Oh, that's a nighttime bog. No, we're going to go back to B zone. Scared the crap. Alexa, stop. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. Alexa, stop. Thank you. Geometry editing, delete selected polygons. I don't know what song she's playing me, but no thanks. I'm not needing it right now. All right. That works. Save this. I think it's going to still take a while to save. Scared the big Jesus out of me. Oh. All right. I've got earbuds on too. All right. Now let's see what a render. We got to go back to out of mesh grabber or we won't have fur. Okay. Let's see what this looks like now. And there's a possibility of me turning the nighttime fog off and seeing what happens then. I kind of like the nighttime fog, but I think the fog might be coloring my moon also. Let's see what this looks like now. I'm not quite in the center here. All right. That mountain looks better. Now I got some jaggies on the mountain. I think that's from me moving it around. I think I'm going to start over with my mountain. But I might be able to fix those jaggies by putting sub D on the mountain. I don't think I'm just going to start over on the mountain. It's not that big of a deal to do that, and I can get a better mountain. I know I can. So B zone, bye for now. Okay, now we're going to go back to here, mansion. We are looking for Terra, Terra. Alternate minus to minimize everything. We're looking for that in products. Terra, all products. Terra Dome. Okay, props. B zone. Okay. Now we're going to have to rotate the B zone. Let's do this again. Perspective mode. Rotate Y. We're going to rotate that 180 degrees. Okay, now we're going to go to translate it down. Up, B zone. All right, let's go back to our camera view. Now let's go to shaping, mountain range. Okay. Weathered. Distant crags. Okay, that's what one of these crags. Okay, Y. Translate. Okay, Y rotate. We'll find the right mountain here. Y translate. That's it. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Now we can still add object, geometry. Okay, already has sub D. All right, save this. Now for props, materials, we're going to put some kind of terrain on this mountain. We're going to go with this grassy, maybe. No, let's go with I wonder if that's the correct terrain. Something with a little contrast. Let's see what this looks like in iRay. We can mess with them in iRay. Oh, this gives us our sub D. That's easy, makes it easy. See what our mountain looks like. That's exactly what I wanted for a mountain. Oh, and we got a little bit of snow on it. That looks good. Save this. I think that's all right. Now what happens when we turn off the fog? Where's our fog? I wonder if I accidentally deleted the fog. So I don't see it here anymore. I think I deleted the fog. Yeah, I deleted the fog. Let's see what happens when we add. Is this what I want? Okay, this is Albert. Let's find the Albert. Let's find the Albert Mansion again. Alternate minus. Albert. All right, we're going to add another Albert Mansion and we'll just delete everything except the fog. Nighttime fog. Move that into there. And then this can go. There's our fog back again. There's our scene. All right, now nighttime fog. What can we do with this fog? Surfaces. All right, here's our color. Wow. That's something else. Okay. Horizontal tiles. This is really amazing. This glossy color, base color. I think I want to go a little darker with the with this. Okay, there it is. All right, save this. See how quickly it saves when the mountains aren't edited? All right, now that is it. That's our scene, I think. This, I wonder if I can just make this spotlight disappear in the scene display. Visible in viewport. There we go. Wonder what would happen if I took this tree out here. Back to here. Just turn it off for a moment and see what happens. No. I think it's just, okay, save this. And now things in Tone Mapper. I changed the saturation, crushed blacks. Burn highlights. Gamma. All right, now we're out of here. Where's back to Tone Mapper? How about a little bit of vignetting? That's a lot of vignetting. About still too much. 13, 8. Just to draw you more to the mouse. Let's give this a quick render and see what it looks like. I'll probably have to cut that silent section out of the video. Oh, I reached 1,000 subscribers and I think 2 people have showed up. So apparently they're not interested in art. They're all the ones, they were all somewhere else, I guess. Not sure how to select this bird, but he doesn't even look like he's standing on the all right, so that's our mouse here. Okay. Yes. There's so much to this mansion. Let's go to texture shaded mode. Table, chairs, group, cage group. I wonder if I can ungroup some of these totems. Tall totems, wooden standees, chair, lumber stash. Lumber stash can go, I think. Because edit, let un. Now I don't know if I dare delete the lumber stash because it might be just something I'm not seeing, but alright, wooden standee, what's this? That can go. They don't seem to be in the scene. Tall totems, I think. Alright. Chair. Can go. This cage group. Okay, the bush group can go, I think. Walkway. Chair and tables can go, I think, also. Now, as for this mansion and the light group, light group can go. Let's see. I'm wondering if this mansion now has. I'm gonna save this. I don't dare save as. Scene Mouse in the Moon 1. 1. Mouse in the Moon. All right, so I'm going to now try something instant. INSTA, Insta. That would be here. Insta. Insta. It's not showing. Filter by context. Okay, Insta edit. Script. Add this here. All right, now we have Insta edit here. All mansion. No, all mansion here. Try that. Usually it's supposed to have a. There's no way to break apart these instances. I wish I knew how to do this. But that's not allowing me to see this little square box thing. It's inside of it's got a bunch of geometry, and if anybody knows how to get inside that box and edit the geometry, like this bird's not standing up, there's all these, maybe some of these things are extra, I don't need them in the scene. If you know anything about how to do that, please. I would probably like to delete the gate over here. Now let's go into the mansion and go to surfaces. And there is a ton of stuff that I could turn off. Let's go to let's see if I've really altered the house in some way by deleting those parts. This is where I could make the bird disappear. I kind of like the bird there, but I wonder if I have any other crows. No, the scarecrow. Okay, now this, all right, so we go back to the mansion, and there's, I wonder what that's called, plaster roof, surface stone tree bark, trellis, cutout opacity. That's not that trellis. Trellis wood. It's not that one either. Trim. Trim. Roof. Okay, lantern. Glass. Foliage. I know here I could turn off the bird probably, but I don't really want to turn off the bird. Bitumen, I don't know what that is. Whatever it is, it's not that. Bone. Boarded windows. Coffered ceiling. Crow, there's our crow. We could turn him off. I kind of like him there. Problem is he's in the wrong damn place. And I don't want to change his materials. I want to change where he is. Okay. This would be a question for the DAZ forums. Okay. Well, let's go to the DAZ forums. Forums. Technical help. New discussion. Within, WITH, objects within a box. I am working with the Albert Mansion, ITH, I wish I could type here, working with the Albert Mansion. Icon. CUNTANED within a box icon. Okay, now the objective here would be, okay, clip, snipping tool. Snipping tool. Let's go to here and get a hold of this. Edit, undo. All right, now let's go back to our snipping tool. Try snip and stretch. New. Okay, how do we save it? Open with, print, save, screenshot, desktop. Albert Mansion, Albert and snip, desktop. Okay, let's see if that worked. All right. Attach file, choose file. My desktop, God only knows what I've got on here. Albert Mansion snip, where is it? BMEAs, there it is. Open. All right. And the guts. A box icon. An instance. I tried to load an instance of InstaEdit. But it won't let me break apart the geometry. How? Within a box like this. How do I isolate the geometry various within a box like this? Thanks in assistance for any tips. In advance for any tips on this. I'm working with the Albert Mansion, and the guts of the mansion are all contained within a box icon. I think this is, see. I think this is called a null object, but I might be wrong. Part the geometry. I do. How do I geometry elements, ELEMENTS, within a box like this? Thanks. Elements contained. The geometry elements contained within a box like this. Thanks in advance. Any advice? Copy, just in case this doesn't work right. Okay. Ignore that. Change that to geometry. Finish checking. Okay. AM Mansion. Gosh, that looks all blurry. Okay. Post discussion. Okay. TECHNICAL help. Nuts and bolts. Now I'm going to go here to this. Copy that. Copy. Now we're going to go and edit this. Now I can add a little image here. Image. URL. We have a URL, and this would be 400. Okay, let's try that. Save this. There. I'm working with the Albert Mansion, and the guts of the mansion are all contained within a box icon. I think this is called a null object, but I might be wrong. I tried to load an instance of InstaEdit, but it won't let me break apart the geometry. How do I isolate the various geometry elements contained within a box like this? Thanks in advance for any advice. We don't need this on this for any advice. Okay, excuse me. Now that's that. So we're back to our little mouse. So all I'm going to do a render then, I guess. I think that's a little too dark, so we're going to go back to our tone mapper options, parameters, and the crushed blacks. Let's bring them back down a little bit more. Yeah, and gamma up a little bit more. And let's just fill my ISO do. All right, I think that exposure value. Sure, why I have such a big kind of. Let's go to my. All right, this. Exposure value. Let's bring this up a little bit more to 1270. Okay, and now let's go to my spotlight here. Find out. I think I've got like a hot spot in here that I can make wider if I work with this here a little bit. Texture shaded. Now I can't see my spotlight. Display. Okay, visible in viewport. Now we have to look through the spotlight. Oh, yikes. All right, let's see about All right, I think that did it. So let's go back to the camera. Go back to this. I think that beam exponent takes the focus of the center and brings it wider. Yeah, I think that took some of that out. All right, let's save this. Everything still looks fine. And now let's give it a. All right, now the tone options. This was in the fog. Nighttime fog. Surfaces. We're going to bring this up a little more. Darken it. Spotlight here. Doesn't have to be quite so red. Make it look a little more realistic. Texture shaded. Oh, we can see the other bird. Welcome, Angus. Welcome to the tutorial today. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. Nobody's been here for a while. It's one of those days. Y translate. X translate. Bring this over a little bit. And this eucalyptus tree. Bring this in a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm not sure what I'm doing anymore. I think that works. This is this tree, right? All right. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to take both of these trees and put them in a group together. Create new group. Trees. Okay. And now I'm going to try to zoom them in a little bit this way. I just don't like the way the light's shining on them. Now we can take this tree. That gave me a little more detail in the trees too, which I kind of like. There we go. All right. Now we go with our spotlight. That is a mouse. That is a mouse. That is a it's a let's see, mouse. What kind of mouse is it? It's got a certain name. A mouse. It's called a storybook mouse, which means that most of the time I think he walks on his hind legs. So it's kind of like the mouse in Alice in Wonderland, the dormouse, you know, who stands on always walks on two legs. So, all right, now I think we've got something going on here. Now we're going to go back to the spotlight and see what happens if I just take a little bit more of this. Red out of it. Spotlight. There, I think that's better. Just a little bit of the red out. Save. Okay, now we're going to try to do a massive render here. Okay, so let's see. Render. Let's go to 1,000. 10,000. All right, we'll do this at 10,000 and see what we get. Here we go for the render. So I am so divided on what to do with my time. I want to put out videos, but I want to put them out on my Flock of Angels channel, but I just feel like there's so many obstacles right now. Yep. 26, 2 days, and then my 4-year anniversary, for sobriety is coming. 4 years of good living and not drinking or drugging or doing anything. The hardest drug I do is occasionally a decaf coffee. That's just about it. All right, let's see what this looks like now. Where we go. Here's our image. Let's see what our mouse looks like. I think the bird, yeah, isn't standing. That's what I can't seem to fix the bird from not standing on the ground, but there's our little mouse. He looks good. He looks like he's trying to touch the moon. So yeah, that's our little mouse. And all of this good looks good. Still have this bong here from my light, which I wish wasn't the case, but so let's see what we have now. This is it. This is our scene. I think it's done. I've just got to sit and let it render for hours and hours on end, and then wait around and see if somebody answers my inquiry on YouTube. I'm not sure why I have this Fong here. It's definitely from my spotlight, but it may be because I have it so wide. I think maybe the way to fix that would be to just move the spotlight out further. Let's mess with this. Okay, no, I'm gonna let this render. Would you like to? No, let this render. And I will mess with that later. I don't know what this line is here. It's not very good, whatever it is. Oh, that may be the horizon. I'm not sure. No, it does seems to stop right here. So that could be something caused. It could be that there's a transparency here and it's not very transparent. Could be that this has some kind of transparency and maybe it has a little reflective shine on something. Yeah, this bird isn't standing on anything correctly, so he's got a spear going through him. It would have been nice to have had these objects separate. Then I could have used this bird in other scenes and all. All right, well, very good. So this is our scene for now. We're going to have to put up with that shiny little spong here. It will rectify a little bit and become the dots here will get smaller and smaller and smaller, but it's still going to look like kind of like a hot spot for the light, and I don't really like that very much. So I think I have the light too close and too wide, and if I were to just move the light back and then make it less wide, because the further back it goes, the more it's going to spread. But I have it so close and so wide, and that's probably what that is causing that. So I think somehow the light gets the rays, the fall off becomes longer or something like that, and so that's a problem. Seems like a problem here also, but that might also get fixed with the light being corrected, because the light could be causing that transparency to do some funny things. So, all right. Well, this is our little. This is the mouse in the moon. I picked a name for him. Let's see. Um, let's see. Let's call him Sebastian. It's Sebastian the mouse. Yes, he is going to reach for the moon. Yep, Sebastian. That is his name. Yeah. Yep. All right. So this is our new image here, and it should look something like this, but a little better when it's done. And so this image, the mouse doesn't have any hair in it, so you can't really tell by this image. Oh, I didn't set my render stuff, so cancel. I guess I gotta cancel this render for now, so I can get a better render on it. Cancel the render. Yes, I have to cancel it and set it so it renders longer. Okay, doesn't take much to do that. Yes, Sebastian is trying to touch the moon. Yeah, he is. I like Sebastian. I think he's kind of nice. Hello. Sigmund likes Sebastian. Yeah, Sigmund is gets along with very well with mice. Yep. So, okay, this does look like it's really close to this house. So let's save this. Let's fix my render settings. Render here. We're going to take maximum samples, maximum time. By the way, this is a new version of DAZ Studio. It seems to be working really nice. I need to find somewhere some kind of thing which explains some of the new features in here. It doesn't look any different, but supposedly it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I don't know if this is going to work or not. So that's why I'm going to call this save as scene mouse in the moon 2. All right. So now we can take this light here and let's go to our spotlight. Spread angle. Let's bring the spread angle back into something normal. And then let's take and move. Let's go to our spotlight and see what this looks like now. All right, what if we move this out a little bit like this? I think that's a little better now. Now we go to our camera view. That's made the fog a little more pronounced. Let's take the light down a little bit, the luminosity to 1. Okay, this is going to make the fog kind of a little bit more, but I think it will work. And what I'm not getting is that fong in the middle, and I'm also not getting the the spill off on the trees. So I think I like this better. The only thing is it is making the fog kind of more pronounced, but I don't think I mind that too much. Now the nighttime fog, I think I can go into here and into the surfaces of the fog. Yeah, I can. And I can bring that down a little bit. Where is it called? Cutout opacity? Oh, I don't think I can actually. I think it's either on or off. Now let's see though. Reflectivity, lossiness, refraction weight. All right, that didn't do much. That's it. It's 0. Let's. There's so many. Glossy layered weight. That doesn't seem to do anything. Diffuse roughness. That doesn't do anything either, really. Translucency weight. This might change the color of it a little bit. That made it a little bit more red. Oop. Okay. I kind of like whatever that. Okay, wait a minute now. This seems to be a little bit more hazy, and this seems to be a little more transparent. So I don't know what that did. Translucency color is white. I don't really think that translucency weight did anything. We might as well just leave that. Metallicity, glossy color. Top coat weight, thin walled. I wish I knew more about this stuff than I do. Angle, vertical offset. What I could do is all right, I think that's going to do it though. I think that's good. Now I don't have that fong in the middle, which I didn't like. It was too distractive. So we're going to call this, we're going to save this. It's ready to render now. So I think I've set everything correctly. Let's turn this off and render this at 13,000. Oh, it won't let me. I have to turn this off here. Now it'll let me. Oh, constrained proportions. 16. Okay. By 9. Keep the proportions on. Now we can go here with 13. All right, save this. All right. I think that's it. Let's give it a render. Yeah. I like you too, Lester. Hello, hello. Oh, and Angus. Hi, Angus. Hello. Yes, he likes Angus. All right, now here we go. All right, now we go here and see what our mouse looks like. There's our mouse. There is our mouse. And very good. Marvin is a good name. There we go. So it didn't fix this transparency here, but it's okay. It's very faint. And the bird is still kind of standing on one leg with the other leg floating in the air. I just wish I could pull this bird over a little bit and set him down on, like about here, you know, would be great. That's where he belongs, but I don't think I have any crows. Let's see if Daz has some crows. The Daz crow. See. Crow. Crow's nest. Crow wolf for Daz dog. Not quite what I'm looking for. Let's see. Crows. Poser. They're for poser. Animal bundle. And these would also be OBJ file. Here's the crow. Oh, you have to buy it in the bundle or you can't get it. Oh, here it is. $7. I think that's maybe the crow they used. I'm not sure. But this is not iRay, so I'd have to mess with it. It does have a duff file, so it might actually show up in the $7. I think I can get this for cheaper than that. Add to cart. Because they have this special little 30% off thing here. Copy today for Black Friday. Let's see if it works. V. Should be about $5. Coupon is invalid. I think it's only can be used once. Let's see. Usable once per customer. And I already used it. Well, let's apply some of these coupons and see if any of these work. I'm not going to buy the crow. I'm probably going to wait until I would like to have crows, but I'll probably wait until Daz makes an I-ray crow and then buy that. I don't think I could move this. Does have, does have geometry. It can be posed. It's not like it's just got one pose. You can move its wings, you can turn its head, things like that. No, I don't think this. Now this other, if I were to go with the bundle, that's $54 for this bundle. I definitely don't want these. I don't need the rat. I don't need the cat. I don't need, the only one that I need, what I like to have is the crow. So I definitely, because I have much better horses and all that. Much better cats. Okay, the Lorez crow, there it is right there. Flock of gulls and crows. Now I have a flock of them. I don't think they give me separate crows. 16 gulls, 16 crows. Um, I'd have to isolate one. And they're all flying, so I don't think I'd find the right crow out of all of them. So that wouldn't work. I own that. The crow dog doesn't quite do it. Yeah, the closest we're going to get is this Lorez crow. And I'd have to manipulate that. Noggin poser crows. This is really old. No I-ray for this either. Gives you different styles of crows. And okay, I don't see, let's see. Folded wings version, others with extended wings for flying. Models are constructed with easy pose functionality built into the hip, feet, legs. Okay, I think this is for poser. It says for Daz. Let's see. It doesn't say what kind of files they are. I wouldn't dare take a chance on this. And if it was $1, I'd buy it, but it's too expensive. Because it doesn't even tell me what it doesn't even say that it's even for 3 Delight. Folded crow, 10 flying crow preset poses. I just would not be now when you click on the pictures and when they're really teeny tiny like that, you know it's the oldest. This is the oldest kind of, and the same thing goes, I think, for this crow here. When I click on this picture here, click on that crow, see how tiny it is. These are like the oldest models that are sold on Daz. But what's nice is this one says it tells you what format I think the textures are in, and this duff format is that would actually might show up in the content library. This one I would take a chance on. So now if I were to add the Michael, let's see, this Michael 8, That's 349. Add that to there. Close. Now let's go into the. It should give me like another 10 or 15% off the crow. Yeah, now the crow's $6. But then it brings the total up to 9, and this is a meta mixer. It gives me a meta mixer for Michael. All of this for the crow. I'm not gonna do this. I can't afford this right now. So I'll get this crow cheaper in the future. Both of these. So we're just gonna go here with this this crow floating in the air. Nothing I can do about it. I could have put something maybe under his foot, you know, like to make it look like there was something on the house. That's a possibility still, so or I could just make the crow disappear and put something else there, some other bird. I do have other birds. It doesn't have to be a crow. I think the crow really fit well here, but I think this crow would have been better a little bit over to the left more. And then I could have moved the house over. I didn't want the crow right there, so if I could have slid the house over a little bit more, and then he wouldn't be so close here, because he is in the middle of the moon. So the house would have been nice to slide it over, but that would have moved the crow closer. And that's why I put things sort of offset a little bit. Yes, it does have character, Angus. It does seem it's a very nice crow here that he's got. There is a little bit of a possibility in my mind that this could be the Lorez crow right here, because the way the beak was on that crow, the Lorez crow, but it does look very and from I don't think his foot being there, like I said, I could put like a little cube there under and make it look like he's standing on something. So I think the crow is good. Now I could have put a flock of crows up in the air too here, but I decided against that too. So this is it. This is the render here. So yeah, this is a very good. You're right, very right about that, Angus. This crow has a lot of awesome character. It really does. He fits well with Sebastian. So yeah. So I think so. I probably should put something here, like a little metal ball or something to fill that space. Let's do something with that. Yes, I'll just put a sphere in there and make it metal. And then it will fill that spot so it doesn't look like it's that's just it will show if I don't do something with it. So it will show. And you figure, well, it's a bird, but his wings aren't outstretched. He's not currently flying. He would be dropping, if anything, if he was in midair. I'll put some kind of rusted metal texture on it. Okay, there we go. let's get back to this now. We have it saved, so let's go to perspective mode. And whoa, there's our fog. And now let's go to our mansion, select the mansion, and zoom in on that. And we're in the wrong angle here. Zoom up. Oh, look at all this other stuff here. There's our mouse, and there are our crows. What happened here? All right. Scene. Let's get back to our mansion here. Oh, okay. I switched this from the viewport. All right. So there's our crow with the leg in floating in midair. All right. Let's go to texture shaded mode. Now move it over to our crow. Yep. Now let's create a sphere. A new primitive. A sphere. It doesn't have to have many divisions. Say 10. Sides, segments, 10. All right, where is our sphere? Oh, nice. It's right here. Didn't have to move it very far. Scale it. And bring it over here. Scale it up a little bit. Okay, let's get in a little closer here. See what we're doing. Move it down a little bit. Over. Just to fill in that space. Okay, now we're going to put some kind of texture on this material, surface, shader it's called. Rust. Let's find something with rust. Rusted metal. Here we go. Fine rust. There, that works. Now, let's go back to our camera view. Save this. Hopefully it doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. Here, go to iRay. All right. Yeah, this mouse is a little too big for him to eat. So, yeah, now we have, it looks like it sets out a little bit further, the trellis or whatever that's called. Let's see. Now, let's see. Let's give this a render. See if there's anything else that I need to look at or. All right, so that's it. Let's give it a render now. And then we can see what that looks like up close on our. Now let's open up and see if somebody answered my inquiry into the technical helps. Objects within a box. 2 comments. To me, it looks okay. I highly doubt you can, as it's probably a design decision and locked, modeled that way. I don't have that product, so I can't check for sure. To me, it looks like it's that way to parent the mansion and the nighttime fog to the main set, hence the box icon. The null objects are Albert Mansion Nighttime and AM Mansion Set. AM Mansion is just one big object. There's no way to break it apart unless you duplicate it and use Oh! Depending on how the object is constructed, it can be either very easy or excruciatingly hard. You can also export to a modeling program like Blender, break it apart there, and then re-import the pieces and copies and the shaders over. As long as the UVs and materials are intact, it should work. Okay, so yeah, there is a way I can break apart by copying it, and then I delete the bird from I turn off the bird from one, and then turn off everything else on the, and just leave the bird on for one instance of it. Now you can't tell. Look at that. It looks like he's standing. So I fixed it. That's perfectly fine the way that is right there now. So it's done. That fixed it very well. So, yeah, it looks like it just extends out over there a little bit. And there's little round things here anyway, so that just kind of fits in really well with the way that looks. Yeah. So that's done. The bird's foot is no longer. I would like to have moved him over a little more, but it looks like he's close enough where they kind of have a little conversation going on. So yeah, it's very nice. This is kind of when you see him with his hand up in the air like that, it kind of gives me like this fear of heights kind of thing because of the expansiveness of the moon, and it's just, I don't know, if with the arm up in the air, that makes the heights even worse. So so there we go. All right, so now it's a matter of just waiting until this scene. Now, these really, really smart people, here, this is why I come here and ask for help, because they are so much smarter than I am. Depending on, and see, geometry editor might actually work better. Yeah, depending on how the object, it can be either very easy or excruciatingly hard. So, I'll be interested to see if anybody else chimes in on this. So, that's very, very, very helpful. So, I don't. It could be hard cutting the mansion away from the bird because his feet seem to be tied, kind of. At least this foot seems contacted. This one would be easy, but this one seems to be in contact. So I would really have to kind of turn it at every single angle to cut that out. And the thing is, and then I might even have to export the bird and then import him back in, because it's always going to think that the bird is this gigantic object. And so if I try to rotate the bird or move him in any direction, it's going to think the bird is this big gigantic house. And so just to rotate him a tiny bit, and he'll rotate like really far. And so it won't rotate from the center of the bird, it'll rotate from the center of the mansion. Okay, and that's what's very difficult about this. But if I export it as an OBJ file, once I cut everything away and then bring it back in, so those 3D creators in the forum gave me pretty much everything I needed in those two things. I'd be interested to see if anybody else talks about how null objects, how to edit null objects. But this looks like a problem here because this looks like it goes right up into his body. I'm not sure. I can't tell from here. It might be in front of him, behind him. If it is, then I can chop this little piece out. And I kind of didn't like this metal, this trellis right here. I liked it on the in behind him, but this trellis here, I kind of didn't like it here. But I would like to possibly have been able to cut that out also. So that was all very good advice on that. So excellent advice. Thank you, people, for that advice. So here we go. We have our little mouse. So all right, we're at iteration number 39. So this is going to take probably an hour to render. So that I'll be satisfied with it. And as you can see here at iteration number 39, this is still the fog. This should be all smooth looking. It's still got all kinds of little dots. Oh, I've got to go here. And we got to turn up our, that's why it's stuck right now, because this fan is really low. I have to turn the fan up on my graphics card. It's at 86. That's why it's going slow. It's burning up. This will go down to about 50 or 60, and then it'll start putting those iterations out really fast. Once this goes down, this chip goes down, you'll notice this 42, it'll just start going really fast. 77. Yeah. It gets bound up. I'm not sure what they call that again. When a chip gets really hot, it starts to, it can't render. So this will go down to about maybe 50 with that fan on high. And it doesn't say what's rendering this. I'm wondering if if this is being rendered by my 3090 graphics card. Let's see, it'll tell me right here. The 3090 is rendering it, and the other graphics card is not rendering it. I think this would have been so now we're at 50. 76. Come on, you can go down lower than that. 75, 76. It's going to stay around 70, I guess, for this render. Now, I could have probably added this other card in, and it probably would have rendered it, but maybe not, because that fog that's real fog. I mean, these little particles in the fog, there's probably a billion of them. Look at them. Look at the fog, how fine those little particles are. And the fog is really what made this image. It added this kind of, you can see the fog on them. And the more it renders, the more this fog is going to get finer and finer and finer and finer. That's what you want. You don't want it to look like a bunch of little dots. You want it to look like atmosphere, but I know atmosphere like atomic fog particles that are so small they're microscopic. You don't want to be able to see the particles. You just want to see the effects of them. And that's what it does. And so if you let this render long enough, they'll go down to the microscopic size. And and if you notice how big that fog was too, that's a big, gigantic piece of fog. It's nice to know that this model has fog in it. So if I ever need fog, I could grab that fog out of this model, because this is beautiful fog. It really, really is. I have other fog that does the same thing, but there's different kinds of fog. There's fog that's just like a sheet that goes in front of it, and it just kind of gives you this. And then there's fog that's a cube, that's like what's called a particle field, where there are billions of little particles inside that cube. That's what this is, and that's the most render intensive. That's the one that takes a really big graphics card to be able to render that kind of fog. The one that just puts a sheet like in front and it's like a film, that doesn't give you as realistic, but it sometimes can give you just what you need. It all depends. Sometimes you don't need a big fog like that. I have some really nice, especially when it comes to mists and things like that, where a mist can look much better as a sheet, where it just kind of this mist smoke that comes up off a candle. It's much nicer as a sheet, that just has that smoke film, and then the rest is transparent. And so, but this kind of fog is it's overkill, but it gives you the most realistic effect for fog. And this fog goes way back, so it changes the look of the moon and all. So this is very good. So, all right, thank you very much for watching. And Sebastian says bye. So does Sigmund. Goodbye. So Sigmund says bye. Thank you, Angus, for coming here, and somebody else is watching. So yeah, this is our image for today. This is the mouse in the moon. Yeah, and so or it could be Sebastian falls off the roof, but it could be titled that too. But hopefully he doesn't fall off the roof. All right, very good. You take care, and I will be back with more exciting Studio tutorials. I have another one planned. Today I purchased these big, long wigs for a man. They're man's hair. They're for those kind of wigs that the French kings used to wear and everything. Well, we're going to have a couple of guys wearing them. And they're going to be dressed up all posh and inside of a palace and everything. It's going to be like super duper, posh, I guess. Prim and primp, and I think there's a word for the savoir-faire, all that stuff. It's going to be pretty nice. And of course, yes, Wiedersehen. Yes. Same to you, Angus. Yeah. So, yeah, so I have another vision already for the posh hair. It's going to be pretty cool. So, and the two guys are going to have long hair, but they're both going to have different hair. So, so that one should be fun to do. I just figured I would do this little mouse in the moon kind of thing. For this one, remember, he doesn't have hair in this one. So, but in the render he does. So you can see he's got hair in this one. So, yeah. So this is our little mouse in the moon. Or Sebastian falls off the roof. I don't know. So let's hope not. So yes, this works really, really well. This little sphere here, and the sphere wasn't perfectly square, and that's even better. It gives it it just looks like it just blends right in with that, and it blends perfectly in with this scene. So, yeah. That's one way to do it. Now, this looks like it probably could use a little bit of sub D. These don't look totally round, but they're okay. So this looks round, perfectly round, and so does this. So it makes up for the other. It might already have sub D also. So, all right, I hope you have learned something in this tutorial. Yes, the further adventures of Sebastian, if he survives this particular adventure, okay? So, yes, we will bring more, there will be more of Sebastian to come. So, very good. So, Angus, you're awesome. Thank you for coming. And I appreciate very much you showing up for this tutorial. And here we are again with a new image. I'm going to render this square also so that this will be taller, and you'll get more of the trees, and it will cut some of this tree. It'll probably cut it right about here and here. So, but it will be a little taller also. It may not be taller. It might just cut this off. But this is for the widescreen version. And then I will render it again very large. This is this right here. It's deceiving, but this is very large render right here, okay? Now you can see this is getting finer and finer. I'm probably going to render this. It's at 125. I'm going to render it until it probably gets to 1,000. So, yeah, it's got a long ways to go. So, and the reason why I have to render it that long is because of the fog. So the fog makes it necessary to render it that long. And what was nice was, again, I was able to give this fog a kind of a hue. And if you notice, this fog in here looks kind of yellow. I believe that's because my spotlight is contacting with the fog and making it and reflecting off these little teeny particles and causing. And really, when you add lights to a scene, uh lights a lot of times don't work with a thin film type of fog, but they work really, really nice inside of a fog that is like this, a cube with a particle field. Lights work really, really nice with this, okay? So it gives you an incredibly realistic interaction between the light and the fog. So, and if you know, up close up here, back in the scene where you've got this, you just don't have as much fog here. Here, there's not much fog here. It just looks like you're kind of up close to it. But then when you go over here and you look at the mouse, he's got more fog on him. And so it's because there's more of these dots between the chimney in the foreground, and there's a lot more dots, a lot more atmosphere between the mouse and it's can be figured exactly like that. And when it comes to the moon, there's even a lot more because it takes you right to the end of the fog, the box. So and the mouse is right in the center of the box, so it goes quite a ways beyond the mouse, the fog. And so that's is creating a kind of haziness. And that's really what I needed for this sky, to give the sky a kind of more, make it look a little softer and more authentic. Now I was thinking that this could be the horizon here, but for of the map, but it's not. This is part of this trellis. It doesn't have the right amount of transparency set to it. So it's showing the transparency, and I'm not sure how I would fix that at all, if that's even possible to fix that. So it might have been something I set in the settings inadvertently or something. So with the house, and this kind of bothers me here. This chimney, this color, this particular marble here doesn't look very good. It's because we're so close up on a model that everything is meant to be seen far away. And we are so close up. If everything had detail, the kind of detail that and I could select this and put a much better kind of marble on this, texture on this. This looks okay. Yeah, this particular texture here is not very good. So, but it looks like they did a lot of work with it. Each little piece has its own texture. This has its texture. This has its texture. That has a texture, because you can see the graininess. And so it would take me, an hour to isolate each little section of this and put a higher quality texture. And the reason why this matters is because it's so much in the foreground. This looks nice. The brick here looks really nice. This looks nice. So it's just this particular pattern here. And I think from you'll be far enough back from it, and it's kind of, it's not the first thing your eye is drawn to. So also, and it doesn't look bad. Um, so it's just I think I've seen much more pixelated stuff than this. So this doesn't look bad. It looks fairly realistic. So um, like compared to this looks like very realistic. It definitely looks like metal, like old metal. It does, but it doesn't have. So I like the roof here too. The way the moon is casting its own color back into the scene. This is really kind of interesting. This blue color adds a really nice uh, kind of tranquil look to it. So I'm very pleased with this blue, the way the moon is casting its own light back into the scene. So, yeah. All right. Well, you have a great evening, Angus, and maybe we'll chat a little bit later. Thank you for staying and watching this video, and anybody who comes in later, please leave comments and subscribe. Click the like button if you enjoyed this or learned something from it, and click the bell if you would like to have notifications of when I am back and making a new scene. So, all right, take care for now, and Sigmund says bye. Bye! And I will be back again soon. All right. Good night. Good day.